In 1958, Arnold Palmer walked off the 18th green at Augusta National as a legend. He had just won the Masters.
Arnold Palmer 3 putts the final green for a last round 73 and tournament score of 284. He's the man to beat. He gets congratulations from Ken Venturi and then sweats it out. The leaders are up to an hour behind him.
His prize money, $11,250. That is less than what a modern caddy makes for a mid-tier finish. Fast forward to today. If you take the total career earnings of Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Gary Player, the big three who built the modern game, and combine them, Scottie Scheffler made more than that in a single season. We aren't just watching inflation, we are watching a financial hallucination. Golf has stopped being a country club sport and started acting like a rogue nation state. We are seeing purses so large they don't make mathematical sense for the sponsors, the networks, or the fans. This is an arms race, a Cold War fought with wire transfers instead of ballistics. Today we are stripping down the top 5 most expensive prizes in the world of golf. But we aren't just looking at the gold and the silver. We're looking at the dirty, complicated, and potentially fragile mountain of cash holding them up. Because right now, the most dangerous hazard on the course isn't the water, it's the bubble. We start at the top, the holy grail, the green jacket. If you ask any player what they want to win before they die, they will say the Masters. But from a purely financial standpoint, this is arguably the worst asset in professional sports. Here's the dirty little secret about the green jacket. You don't own it, you rent it. When Scottie Scheffler or Tiger Woods slips that coat on, they are essentially signing a 1-year lease. They get to take it home for 365 days, but the moment they return for the next tournament, the club takes it back. It stays in a locker at Augusta National forever. You can't frame it, you can't wear it to a party, and you definitely can't sell it. In fact, if you try to liquidate this asset, the club doesn't just send a cease and desist, they send the feds. Just look at the case of Richard Glabensky. In 2024, he was busted for liberating millions of dollars in memorabilia, including Arnold Palmer's green jacket. He didn't get a payday, he got a federal prison sentence. Augusta National tracks these jackets like nuclear codes. So if you can't sell the trophy, what about the cash? In 2025, the Masters purse hit a record $21 million, with the winner taking home $4.2 million. Sounds like a lot, right? Not when you look at the other side of the ledger. During Masters Week, the merchandise tent at Augusta, just the shop selling polos and garden gnomes, generates an estimated $10 million per day. That is nearly $70 million in 1 week. The club makes more money selling t-shirts on a Tuesday than the winner of the tournament makes in their entire career. The player gets the glory. The club gets the GDP of a small island nation. It is the ultimate prestige trap. They give you a coat you have to give back, and a check that represents a fraction of what your performance actually earned them. But while Augusta hoards the gold and gives you the cloth, the next trophy on our list is the exact opposite. It doesn't care about tradition, it cares about weight. And unlike the green jacket, if you win this one, you better have a strong back. If the green jacket is a rental, the Wanamaker Trophy is a burden, literally. At 27 pounds, this silver beast weighs more than a car tire. It is the heaviest trophy in major championship golf. And unlike the Masters, they let you take this one home. But that freedom comes with a history of incompetence. In the 1920s, the legendary Walter Hagen won the PGA Championship. He took the trophy out to celebrate, hopped in a taxi, and left it there. But here's the crazy part. He didn't tell anyone. For 2 years, Hagen showed up to the tournament empty-handed, claiming he didn't want to bring it because he intended to win it again. The truth? It was missing. It only showed up years later in the basement of a golf club manufacturer in Detroit. Today, you can't lose the Wanamaker. It comes with a security detail, but the real weight isn't the silver. It's the check underneath it. For decades, the PGA Championship was the poor cousin of the majors. It was the tournament for club pros, not multimillionaires. But then the war started. In 2020, the total purse was $11 million. By 2025, it had exploded to $19 million. Why the nearly 100% markup in 5 years? Did the TV ratings double? No. Did the ticket sales double? No. The PGA of America had to inflate the purse artificially. They saw players looking at the exit door, and they realized that prestige doesn't pay the bills. Cash does. They turned a working man's major into a bank heist just to keep the talent from defecting. But if you think $19 million is a lot of money to throw at a problem, you haven't seen what happens when the PGA Tour decides to get petty. Now we leave the American swamps for the Arabian desert, the race to Dubai. The prize at the end of this season-long marathon is the Harry Vardon Trophy. And the irony here is rich enough to choke on. Harry Vardon was a legend who won the US Open in 1900. His prize money? $200. Today, the man who lifts Vardon's trophy at the season finale doesn't get $200. If you combine the tournament purse with the season-long bonus pool, the winner walks away with a payday of roughly $5 million in a single afternoon. But here is where the money gets funny. The race to Dubai is often accused of being a financial mirage. Why? Because for the biggest stars, the official prize money is sometimes just the tip. For years, the European Tour, now the DP World Tour, has survived on a dark economy of appearance fees. We are talking about 6 to 7 figure wire transfers just to show up at the airport. There have been reports of top American stars getting paid more to land in Dubai than the guy who finishes 5th actually makes for playing 4 days of golf. It creates a caste system. The celebrities who are paid to be there and the grinders who are paying to be there. This was the original sports washing experiment. Long before Live Golf existed, the Middle East was essentially buying relevance by overpaying Western stars to pose with falcons and hit balls into the desert. But the race to Dubai was just the appetizer. It was the soft entry of Saudi and Emirati money into the sport. While the European Tour was happy to take the cash and keep the status quo, a rival group was watching. They saw that money could buy players, and they decided that they didn't just want to rent the stars for a week, they wanted to own them. If the PGA Tour is golden handcuffs, Live Golf is a winning lottery ticket. That might expire. We have arrived at the LIV Golf Individual Championship. Forget history, forget legacy. This is purely about the bag. If you win the season-long individual title here, you don't just get a trophy, you get an $18 million bonus check. Let me put that in perspective. To make $18 million on the PGA Tour in the old days, you had to be a top 10 player in the world for 5 years straight. On Live, you just have to have a good summer. And that's on top of the $4 million they hand out to the winner of every single regular season event. Jon Rahm didn't leave the PGA Tour because he hated the format. He left because the math was undeniable. In his first year, he made more money than he likely would have made in a decade of grinding out top 5s at the Memorial. But here is the Jenga block that is starting to wobble. The Public Investment Fund, PIF, of Saudi Arabia has bottomless pockets. But they aren't running a charity. They are running an investment fund. And as we entered 2026, the tone shifted. Rumors are swirling that the unlimited ATM era is closing. The backers want a return on investment. They want viewers. They want franchise value. The players are cashing checks that are technically guaranteed, but the league itself is fighting for legitimacy every single week. This is the time bomb controversy. These guys secured generational wealth, but they might have handcuffed themselves to a sinking ship if the merger talks collapse or the ratings don't spike. They have the cash, they have the flash, but they don't have the one thing that money truly can't buy: the acceptance of the golfing public. But the PGA Tour has one final weapon left, a weapon designed specifically to dwarf even the Saudi millions. A payout so large it feels less like a sport and more like a corporate merger. Finally, we arrive at the monster, the FedEx Cup. This isn't just a trophy, it is a corporate bailout for millionaires. The season-long bonus pool is now $100 million, with the winner walking away with a check for $25 million. The trophy itself is a beautiful piece of sterling silver crafted by Tiffany & Company. But let's be honest, nobody is playing for the silver. They are playing for the GDP of a small town. But here is the hidden controversy that almost nobody talks about. For years, a huge chunk of this money wasn't paid out in cash. It was deferred. The PGA Tour essentially operated as a massive bank for its players. If you won the FedEx Cup, millions of dollars were locked away in a retirement account that you couldn't touch for years. Why? To keep you from leaving. If you defected to another tour, you risked forfeiting your nest egg. It was the ultimate loyalty program. But when Live Golf showed up with cold, hard cash, the PGA Tour panicked. They unlocked the vault. Now that $25 million hits the bank account a lot faster. However, the real controversy isn't the money. It's how you win it. The Tour Championship uses a format called starting strokes. If you are the #1 seed entering the week, you start the tournament at 10 under par before you even hit a shot. Think about how insane that is. Imagine the Super Bowl starting with the Chiefs up 14-0 because they had a better regular season. It is the only major trophy in sports that is mathematically rigged to favor the favorite. It is manufactured drama designed to protect the product, not the integrity of the competition. So we have a $25 million prize, a format that feels like a video game, and a payout structure designed to stop a mutiny. Which brings us to the edge of the cliff. We have seen the money, we have seen the greed, and now we have to ask the final question. So here we are. We have moved from a green coat you can't keep to a $25 million check You can't spend fast enough. We are living in the gilded age of golf. In 2026 alone, there is over $800 million in prize money floating around the professional game. But you have to ask yourself, who is actually paying for this? It's not the sponsors. The math doesn't work for them anymore. It's not the TV networks. Ratings are flat. And it's certainly not the fans, who are just tired of hearing millionaires argue about billions. This isn't growth. This is a bubble. The PGA Tour is burning cash to fight a ghost. Live Golf is burning cash to buy a soul. And the players? They are looting the treasury while the castle burns down around them. The most expensive trophy in golf isn't the Wanamaker, or the FedEx Cup, or even that little green jacket. The most expensive trophy is the game itself. And right now, it looks like it's for sale to the highest bidder. But I want to know what you think. Is this money saving the sport, or is it ruining it? Pick a side in the comments below. And if you want to see who's actually funding this war, click this video right here. I'll see you on the first tee.